just a heads up before you get into the video, I just wanted to let you know this is a reposted video. I posted practice podcast number 18 on a day. I use the audio to sync the thing up, so I know that the audio is there in my editing software. For some reason, it was lost when I rendered the video. I still haven't figured out why that happened, but I've re-rendered it. It has the audio, so this is practice podcast 18.5, which is just 18, but with the audio. I apologize. I'm not taking number 18 down yet because it is my video for that day. So even though it's a shitty video, it is my video for that day, so it's going to stay up. But I just wanted to let you know this is the re-upload with the audio, and once the year is up, I will probably delete the practice podcast 18 that was that I posted a few days ago, because I don't want it sitting on my channel for purposes other than, okay, cool, I have a video almost every day for a year, and now I can take it off because I don't care anymore. I probably will delete a few videos actually when the year is up. Just a heads up, there's a few videos that are going to go away when I don't know exactly which ones, so I can't even tell you which ones. But anyways, sorry, I'm delaying this video way too much. Just wanted to let you know that this is the version of Practice Podcast 18 that has audio.
Welcome to some late night podcast ramblings, whatever this is going to be. It's pretty late at night. My video for today released as planned, and you know, I've done some thinking, and I do want to continue to try and fulfill my promise and do the daily uploads, but it doesn't necessarily mean I feel any better about it, so I am reluctantly recording some videos here, dragging my feet about it, I guess, just pushing past that mental hill of wondering what the point is after failing at my promise. But I'm still here. I'm still chugging along. I'm still doing the one thing that matters to me with this entire channel, which, if you don't know what that is, well, where have you been? Clearly you haven't been paying attention with this channel, because the whole thing that's very important to me is this charity event. I call it the LHCC, or the Legendary Halo Charity Campaign, and I'm here to convince you to send all of your money to Stand Up to Cancer. It's a good cause, and therefore you should give every single cent that you have to your name. Give up your house, or stop living in the apartment you're living in, or whatever the case may be, and throw it all away so that you can donate all of your money to Stand Up to Cancer. Actually, don't do that. But if you do have money to spare, obviously don't do that. But if you do have money to spare and you want to give to a good cause, actually do consider donating. And as I always say, you don't have to donate to this charity campaign. You can donate to any charity campaign. One that you believe in. I mean, it would be a good idea to do some background checks on the charity you're wanting to do. Like, not every charity can probably be, blindly donated to that you come across, but find one that you believe in is the point, and make sure it's something you want to put your money towards, because after all, you do have to work for your money. I would assume that most of you who watch this probably do have to work for your own money, and it doesn't come easily, so make sure you're sending it somewhere that you're happy to send it. But if you can, please do find somewhere that you are happy to send it, because it honestly just feels good. I've been donating my money here on this channel for a while now to Stand Up to Cancer. This campaign's been going for... I started this campaign back in December. November, December. Not November, I don't think. Definitely December, though.
They seem to have the entire region.
So yeah, I've been going at this campaign strong for... Geez, that means this has been 7 months now that I've been doing this campaign. I didn't even realize it'd been that long. I still haven't beat the first game. It's a little discouraging, the fact that I still haven't beat the first game. Oh, I didn't explain that this time around. I'm playing the games for the purpose of beating them on Legendary without dying once. That's kind of the whole thing. And that's been done before. It's not like a first or anything like that. It's not particularly spectacular, but it is just a challenge for me, one that I'm willing to put myself through. And I know is going to be a very severe challenge for me. It's honestly more than I expected, but I'm still up for it. And I figured since I wanted to do it anyways, I should, you know, turn it into a charity campaign. And also, well, I'll get into the story of this charity campaign. There is a little bit of a deeper story behind this charity campaign and why I'm doing it the way I am. Because there were previous charity campaign attempts that went awry, but again, I'll get to that in a moment. So, I'm on Halo 1, but I will be getting to Halo 2 after I beat this game, which is probably not going to be for a while, and then Halo 3 after that, which I'm really looking forward to. Halo 2 I'm also looking forward to, but I know it's going to be hell at the same time. Halo 4 I am not looking forward to, because Halo 4 is not going to be fun. I mean, the gameplay of that game is, by my opinion, its biggest flaw. I agree that it actually has a pretty damn good story. But, I don't think it has the best story by any means. I know that some people do think that, which is perfectly valid to think that, but I personally disagree with that. I do enjoy the story of Halo 4, but I think more so than anything, I despise that game's gameplay from a difficulty perspective, at least. It doesn't have the endearing entertainment that Halo 2 does, while also being almost as hard as Halo 2 in some aspects, with just the general bullshittery, if you will, of that game. So I'm not looking forward to playing Halo 4 on Legendary without dying once, but I will do it. It is part of the campaign, and for completion's sake, I am, in at least some ways, a completionist, and I will do what I must. Come on. Doesn't have to be like this. I don't have to lose all this health. Okay. So, yeah, that's what this campaign is, and the whole thing, oh yeah, the goals. So, my goal is to get to $1,250 by the time I beat the first game, which is a goal that I see myself easily completing, considering how long it's taking me. We're currently at 767, if I remember, yeah, 767 and 21 cents to be exact. That is the current total. Hello, death. I want to restart, but I've learned not to do that. I'm gonna die anyway if I keep popping my head out like that, but I'm impatient. I do have to get across the whole bridge, though, like this. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Oh, wow, that was a lucky shot. So, anyways, yeah, 767 and 21 cents to be exact is the total that we're currently at, with 2 donations coming from people other than me, and I don't say that to try and sound pretentious. I do kind of, I guess, say it as a compliment to myself. That's not what I mean. Not a compliment to myself, but an accomplishment, because I'm very proud of the fact that this campaign somehow warranted these 2 people, one of which I did know in real life before he donated, and I worked with him, and another of which I had never met before in my life, and he said that there was just something about my campaign that did in fact inspire him to donate, and that to me is an incredible accomplishment. I don't really know what it was about my campaign that inspired him to donate, but Otraco44 did in fact donate $20, and I'm incredibly happy about that. Even if I realize as I'm talking, because I'm focusing on the game, it probably doesn't sound like I'm happy about it, but I swear I am. I was just dead focused, like deadpan, only halfway comprehending what I was saying, and focusing on the game. I do that a lot. Get out of here, Banshee. Yeah, I knew the Banshee was going to be the death of me if he didn't stop shooting at me. Well, I don't really care. I don't really care. I think this is the, this is probably my last attempt for this video. I don't want to make this video very long, even if it's a short attempt. I just wanted to talk a little bit. There is one important thing that I need to say before I end this video, but before I do that, I'll talk a little bit about... I've told it before, but just for any newcomers, I will tell the story again. So I've only done 2 other charity campaigns on this channel, both of which failed. By that, I mean just per standard of they didn't actually get anyone else to donate besides me, which by my opinion makes it a failure, you know, because I didn't get anyone to donate. So Tiltify took 5% of my money for no reason when I donated through Tiltify, because Tiltify does do that if you didn't know. But I mean, with the current campaign, the donations that have been made have well overcompensated the 5% for my donations and for theirs. If you want to include each other, they're like contribute other donations, I guess, as covering the 5% from other people's donations. It's I don't know what I'm saying. The mathematics that I'm trying to get across, I just don't have the words for it right now. I can't think of it, and I'm just going to stop before I say stuff that's even more confusing. But the point is that what I did calculate out is that so far and for quite a while, I'm pretty sure, my donations, the 5% they've taken out, have been well overcompensated by the fact that other people have donated, and that's kind of the point. You know, the reason why I'm doing this is because I would like to have more money end up in the hands of these people trying to do, like, very good things in the world. I want more money to end up in their hands than what I could have given them on my own. And that's the whole reason why I'm doing the campaign. And that has happened so far with this campaign. So far, I consider this one to be a success. I do not consider my previous 2 to be successes. No one else donated. That's actually not true. My father did donate on one of them, but for some reason something weird happened and it didn't show up in the campaign. So he donated $20, and he's actually the first donator on this channel for any charity campaign that I did that wasn't myself. But I didn't see it happen because it just didn't notify me. It didn't, like, go through the campaign for some reason. It donated it directly to St. Jude, which I'm still happy about, and he mentioned it to me and showed me the receipt so that I knew that it happened, which is why I know it happened at all. But for some reason, it just didn't do it through my campaign, even though he clicked the link on my video, so I must have mislinked something when I did that first charity campaign, because that was my first one, if I'm not mistaken.
They seem to have the entire region secured.
But anyways, or no, it must have been my second one, because I don't think my first one was for Stand Up to Cancer. Anyways, so that was kind of weird. But other than that, I would consider the other charity campaigns, generally speaking, a failure. Oh, I didn't notice that there was another grunt.
I didn't think there were any human forces.
Not completely so, because I still gave money, and, you know, that's probably more money than I would have given if had I not hosted a charity campaign, so I gotta give it credit for that, I suppose. Me wanting to have a successful charity campaign made me give more money, and I guess I can call that a win in itself, which I hadn't really thought about it like that until just now, so I'm happy with that. But there were actual failed charity campaigns that never saw the light of day, specifically 2 of them. One of them was a charity campaign that I was going to do for Dead Space on Halloween, which is going to be happening this year, by the way. But it didn't happen last year. and I was quite upset about it because it was just by faulty planning and me messing up. You know, I wasn't very good about setting up streams at the time, and I think I got lazy about it. I don't remember exactly, honestly, what went wrong, but I do remember being very disappointed at myself for the failure of that one. But that was nowhere near as bad as a different one that I planned on doing for St. Jude, which was at the same time where MatPat was doing his charity event for St. Jude that he does pretty much yearly. I don't know if he does it to other charities, like on occasion, but 4 other charities on occasion. I'm not sure if he does or doesn't. But, anyways. So it was like going to be a month after that, because I wasn't actually going to be able to participate in it, and also, I don't know, but there was some, I don't know if it's pretentious, or if there's some type of logic to it, I don't know. But there was a part of me that just didn't want to, piggyback how I felt about it. Didn't want to piggyback off of MatPat and Game Theory's channel to make a charity campaign. Like, I wanted to have a charity campaign that was mine and only bore my channel's name and didn't get popularity or attention from his channel. You know, that's what I wanted, which, you know, it's a mentality that I struggle to not have on YouTube because I do it all the time, and it's stupid. Like, I know that there is such thing as personal accomplishment, and I want to have, you know, some personal accomplishment and feel like I am the reason, or feel like I did something good, and it because if I did something under that charity campaign and it had some success, I know that a large part of me would have felt like it wasn't me, it was just because MatPat had a successful charity campaign and I kind of piggybacked off of that. And that's a mentality that I have, and again, I know it's might be a little ridiculous because on YouTube, you know, any type of popularity contest type thing where you're essentially trying to make good content and compete for people's attention, for views and stuff like that, you know, any type of shout out, any type of mention that you can get is great, and that's probably part of the reason why MatPat does what he does, is because he knows that people would love to, you know, maybe get a small, tiny shout out if they join his charity campaign and piggyback off of his success while donating to charity. You know, it sounds like a great idea, and I think it is. I think it's an incredible idea, and I think good on him for doing it. You know, good on it, everyone who makes it possible. I'm just different, not in a good way. I'm not saying it's better or worse. I don't know. That's the thing. I can't tell if it's better or worse, but I am just different. I don't like doing that. Like, I just like my content to stand for itself without being shouted out by anyone or anything like that. And so anyways, the whole point of all of that is that I wanted to organize my own charity campaign, and I did want to engage help of people that I know, you know, friends of mine. So I gathered 15, 16 people, and it was the beginning stages, you know, it was planning. It hadn't reached the official floor yet, you know, there weren't investments into it yet to make it happen. But it was going to be a big deal. I was going to have one of my friends who actually is pursuing a musical career and has thousands upon thousands of followers on Instagram. I was going to have him help me promote the thing. It was a whole ordeal. And I was going to have a whole bunch of people get in the marketing of this charity campaign. And it was going to be the month after, or no, the month before, I think, MatPat's charity campaign started, or specifically 2 weeks, and it was going to take place over the course of 2 weeks with continuous video releases for a period of time, and then I can't remember. I think it was going to be that's rare. That's actually never happened before where the jackals spot me. But anyways, it was going to be like 14 days of consecutive daily, well-produced videos with, you know, well-planned out videos where it's a group of people, you know, me and my friends, different friends in each video probably. Some of them might not even have had me as part of the, like, the main thing. I might have been just behind the camera or not even present, I don't know. It was all still in planning. We had a lot of ideas on the floor, and we were actually getting ready to prep for some of them. And finalize, you know, what the ideas were, and there were some that we had from the very beginning that we knew wanted to be a part of it. And so we were going to have the 14 videos, and then one day where we live streamed for 12 hours straight. And the whole goal of the thing was to get $50,000 donated to charity, which is more than this charity campaign that I'm doing, that I have been doing for the past 7 months, is even shooting for. It's shooting for $10,000 by the end of it, which I will raise. I've mentioned this before. If you guys begin to donate a lot of money, I will raise that cap so fast, because I would love to raise more money for charity if possible, but I just set it to something that I realistically could reach on my own, even if no one else donated. While I'm doing this whole thing anyways. Anyways, so back to what I was saying. We and two other people who were primarily planning the thing, had a lot of this already set up, and we were working on getting the other 13 people, you know, set up and ready to go. Get in the vehicle. Get in. We're gonna die. Maybe not. Okay. So it was in the works. And it was about to be... It was about to reach a month before the charity event was scheduled to start. And so we... I, on my own, I took the initiative, you know, as the person who was hosting it and everything. I wanted to create an ad for it, because we had decided that we needed to kind of, you know, Pat notified about his charity campaign a long time in advance, so we decided we were going to do the same. And so I wanted to... Well, again, we did agree on this part, that we needed to kind of announce it a month in advance and plan it out while we were doing that. So I wasn't going to give away specifics because it was still in planning, but I was just going to be like, hey, this charity event is happening, we're prepping for it, and I was basically going to make an advertisement for it that was actually, like, decently produced, I want to say, for what I was capable at the time. Like, it wasn't the best thing I was capable of, because I did make it in essentially a single day, but I did spend a lot of hours on it. I stayed up, like, all night making sure it was ready for the proper day, exactly a month before the release of the charity campaign. But that was also in a point in the middle of where people stopped responding or caring about the charity campaign, including the other two people that I was very dependent on, which I'll get to why that's important in a moment, as to what I'm doing now. But I was very dependent on some of the people that I was planning this charity campaign with, because I was very bad at planning things, and there was one particular person involved with it, and another one was also similar. You know, there were two other people, and I'm not going to name names, because I haven't talked to them since, actually, but there was a lot riding on their ability to plan things, because they were better at it than me, and also they were helping so much with contributing ideas. Like, it was so nice to have other creative minds who actually cared about what was going on, you know, involved, because I have never experienced that before, and so I was thriving off of that and depending on it. And so when they stopped responding for several days, and then I went to make the advertisement, and they still hadn't responded, and it came for the day to me release it, and I was really thinking that they had just bailed on it, and I was correct. That everyone else had essentially bailed on it, which the other 13 people, you know, they weren't heavily involved at the moment anyways. You know, it was just something that I was asking of them to possibly participate in, and I'm very happy that they even remotely said yes. But I'm very glad that they were willing to do that, to give up some of their time, or to consider giving up some of their time a month in advance. But the two people that I had planning did in fact ditch, and I don't blame them either. They were very, very busy people. But I made the mistake of being very dependent on their involvement, and so when they didn't continue to be involved, I backed out of releasing the video. I actually still have it uploaded on my channel, privated, and I will never release it. At least I never plan to release it. because it's an advertisement for a charity campaign that will never see the light of day. It'll never come close to seeing the light of day. I mean, the time slot for it has passed. And it sucked. I mean, it really sucked. That feeling, you know, after staying up all night to make the advertisement, and that feeling of it was a crushing feeling. Well, that was weird. Weird pinned down by ghosts that I couldn't do anything about. I guess I'll do a little bit more while I talk, but I'm just going to end the mission when I'm done talking. It was a very crushing feeling, though, to have the floor of that charity campaign, I guess, just fall out from underneath me. And so after I did that, you know, I was in a period where I had planned to do one charity event every month, and that was the one I was going to do for November, and I had planned to do the Dead Space one for October. And then that completely fell out from underneath me. You know, the floor fell out beneath that one. And I guess it kind of just discouraged me, and so I didn't do one at all for November or October. I don't remember why exactly I didn't do the October one, but I didn't. And there was another plan that I had starting on October for a video upload that I was going to do for a year straight. Failed that one. So, or no, I think that was an old idea, but I was going to re-execute it, and again, failed that one. So, there was a whole lot of things that I failed, but more importantly, I failed the charity idea of streaming Dead Space. And I think it's primarily because I hadn't, oh, that's what it was, because I hadn't followed through with what I had planned to do of releasing all the Dead Space videos by that point. I mean, I didn't do that until just a few months ago. So, you know, that sucked. That really sucked, all of that. So I didn't do anything in the month of November for charity. I didn't do anything in the month of October for the month of November, for charity, not for the month of November. Oh my gosh, Elite, just stop. And that was what it was. And then in December, you know, I made the decision that I wanted to keep doing charity. I didn't want to keep failing and just not executing on doing charity at all. So I wanted to do a charity campaign, but I wanted to do one that was big and impactful and would end up raising a lot of money for charity, but that I would have complete control over and would not depend on the involvement of anyone else. Other people could join in, other people could, you know, share their opinions. I would be willing, and I've said that before, I would love to play this game with other people for the channel and for the charity stream, or for the charity event. But there was no way in hell that I was going to let that happen again. That I was going to let a charity event fall apart because I didn't know what I was doing without the help of other people. In the future, if I have a cooperative charity campaign that involves other people, I want to actually be the host of it, actually know what I'm doing, and be able to execute it, even if the people I have involved bail on me and I have to find new people to be involved. So I wanted to do a charity campaign that I could organize, structure on my own, even if it's a simple thing where it just involves daily videos or occasionally daily videos. I wanted to get better at this whole thing on my own, and I honestly don't see how what I've been doing has done that for me. I don't think it has, but what it has been is a standalone charity campaign that only I have been in control of. So maybe that part of it is what I originally had planned. But I think before I do a cooperative one, I will try and do a fully structured charity campaign that is much bigger, but I'm just trying to see if I can't get some... Oh, did that double hit? No, it didn't. If I can't get some juice out of this one before I do that. But I will do a more structured charity campaign. I mean, I'm going to be doing the Dead Space one, which is going to be very structured. It's just a 12-hour stream. I will set a goal for it. I haven't quite decided what that is. I mean, it's honestly going to depend upon my viewership at the time, what kind of involvement I think I have, and possible interest in Dead Space at the time. The Dead Space remake is coming out, so that could heavily influence things. Like, I would love to do a Dead Space remake, like, charity event as a follow-up, because I don't think it'll be out by October 31st this year. But anyways, yeah, that's the story of how this came about and why I'm doing it solo and why it's such a long charity campaign. It's because I want it to be impactful. You know, I wanted to raise a lot of money for charity. And so, you know, that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to raise money for charity. We're trying to raise a lot of money for charity. And so far it's been great, because I've actually had other people besides myself donate, which is crazy to think about. I'm just a nobody on the internet, you know? I don't know what any of you, outside of direct family members who just want to support what I'm doing, I don't know what any of you would have a reason, like any significant reason, to donate to my charity campaign over literally anyone else's. Or to be convinced to donate to charity in general by me. But if I can do that on like any level, any scale, and convince people to donate who previously weren't going to, you know, that's something for me it's so exciting to think about. And it makes me happy that I've kind of actually done that one time now, officially, with this campaign. And I say once just because I don't know if Maddie, the person who did the $75 donation, the first publicly viewable donation that was not done by me on any of my charity campaigns, you know, I don't know if he would have done that if he had just seen my charity campaign. I think that he primarily did it because he, you know, knew me and wanted to support my charity campaign, and that's still, you know, I'm still incredibly grateful for that. But I just don't think he would have done it if he didn't know me and didn't know that this was important to me. However, Otraco44, and that's the reason why I say I have done it once, because Otraco44 didn't know me. He told me that he didn't. I already mentioned this once in this video, but he mentioned to me that he wasn't just going around donating to like random charity streams. He actually found something about mine to be at least somewhat special. And I don't know why, I don't know what, but he did, and he donated $20 to the campaign, and it was just, it felt very special, because I have never met him before. He's never even been a supporter of the channel before. It was just out of the blue, and I think about it a lot. You might be surprised that I actually do think about it a good bit, you know, whenever I'm feeling like shit and I just don't want to get up and record a video. I don't want to do something, you know. I think about Otraco and the fact that he, for no reason, saw something in this charity event and actually decided to donate to it, and that makes me force myself to get up and go at it again. Because, I mean, especially if, you know, if he saw something in this, then maybe other people will too. And maybe I'll actually get some money rolling in for Stand Up to Cancer, and that's like an incredible thought. You know, I still most certainly haven't reached the point where there's donations rolling in, you know, that are more than I'm able or willing to donate at a period of time. You know, I'm not at all at that point yet, which is why I'm willing to essentially donate double any donations that you guys make by, you know, donating that much along with you, because any amount that's been donated so far is something that I'm personally willing to donate, that I have donated before. You know, I'm currently the largest single donor for my own campaign, and again, I don't have a problem with that. I'm not saying it should be any different. I'm just, you know, pointing it out that I am currently still the largest donor for my own. Yes, I actually have good health. I'm currently the largest donor for my own campaign, and again, not a problem with that. But that's another milestone that I'm super excited to one day hit. You know, and if I persist with this, I eventually will probably hit it. Which is just the thing I see a lot of happening with a lot of YouTubers and streamers and stuff like that when they do charity stuff, which is that they're raising money from the community. You know, they're raising more money than they're willing to donate themselves. They're using their community to raise a lot more money than they personally could give to the cause, and I think that's really cool. I think that's the ability to do something like that is really cool, and I want... Oh, goodbye. I want to be able to do that eventually, but it's gonna be a long time before that happens. I have a feeling. I might hit 100 subs though, depending upon how this progression works, and if I continue to do daily content at least for the next 3.5 months, I might hit 100 subs before the year's content is over, which was kind of like a sub goal that I put for myself. Not something I'm really hard pushing for, and not something I'll be disappointed if I don't reach, because I don't care about my sub count really all that much. I think it's cool that more of you have shown up to see my stuff over the course of the past 7 months. But it doesn't really matter to me. The only fact that does matter to me about it is that the more subs I have, the more chances there are that I might actually be able to make an impact with this campaign. And so you're going to be seeing a lot more of this campaign. You have been seeing a lot more of it lately, because quite honestly, and I think I've said this in the last one, but quite honestly, you know, whenever I sit down to record something, it's the only thing I can stomach to record. Making a straight up vlog, I can sometimes stomach lately, but it really just depends. I'm sure I'll be able to stomach making an MTG podcast, but not just off the cuff. I need to structure it in some way, because I tried to sit down earlier today actually, and a few other times, and just make an MTG podcast off the cuff, and I just can't. I just can't stomach doing that. I need something more substantial to it. I'm so tired of bullshitting out videos, especially when it comes to things that I really care about. Except again, this challenge is the one exception to that, because persistence and daily pushing for the goal of beating this game is kind of the whole point of it. So if I can show you my journey, and even if not that many of you watch it, I don't care, because I'm still just showing you the journey of me trying to beat this and putting all this effort in to eventually one day raise a lot of money for charity. And hopefully that means that when I finally beat it and I can show the world that I've done this thing, more people will be willing to donate. And that's kind of the whole point. So that's why I don't have a problem with what I'm doing right now and what I did yesterday, as far as the videos I've been making. But other than this, I'm honestly struggling to stomach making daily content. Anyways, I need to wrap this up, because if it's any longer, it's actually not going to upload by tomorrow, especially since it's currently 2:30, going on 2:40 a.m., and I need this to upload before midnight tomorrow, so I'm going to end this here. Thank you for watching. I've enjoyed talking about all this stuff, and I will catch you in the next one. Go do some stuff that makes you uncomfortable, because it'll make you more comfortable in your own shoes. And as always, the link to donate is down in the description. I didn't mention that this entire video, but I'm mentioning it now. I need to get better about that. Anyways, yeah. I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.